everyone, Rose here. Today we're going to make this dog paw. I've experimented with several different patterns. I'll show all of those. I'm going to call them fails. What we're going to need today is our H 5.0 millimeter, a pair of scissors, of course, tapestry needle, and I'm going to use some scrap yarn. This is Red Heart Super Saver in baby pink, and this is also Red Heart Super Saver in soft white. So go get those things together and we will get started. Alrighty, so you can do this one of two ways. You can do a magic circle, or you can do this. You can do a slip knot and then chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go into that first chain and slip stitch. Chain 1. Okay. And then just make sure your tail is going in the direction that you're crocheting. And then we're going to do 10 single crochets in the middle of this. So do 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 7. And if you start running out of room, just slide it on down. 8, 9, 10. And in this first single crochet, we're going to do a single crochet. Okay, and go ahead and pull that tail. Now, this next round, which is the final round on this, is going to be 2 single crochets in each single crochet. So we should end up with 20 at the end of this row. So that would be 2. And I'm going to take my tail with me. 3, 4. And then I'll just meet you at the end of this with 20 single crochets. Okay, so this is what we've got. Hole came open, but that's okay. And now what we're going to do is in that first one, we're just going to slip stitch and fasten off. The reason I did that is because if you take a look at these two, this one, I carried it to do that. And this one, I fastened off every time I changed. And it just, this one to me looks cleaner. So you can just leave your tail or your yarn attached if you want, but there's a chance that that's going to happen. Got this, and now we're going to get our white. And I like to get it set up in my hand like I'm crocheting. For some reason, that's easier to me. And when I go, let me take a close look here. Here's that last stitch. And then we slip stitched into that first chain. And then we get this little baby right here. So I'm going to go into this last one. And I'm going to lay my yarn in the back. And then I'm going to pull up a loop. Chain 1. And then I'm going to go right back in there. And I'm going to do a single crochet. And what we're going to do on this round is we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, still having a count of 20. We went into that last stitch, go into there. So we're going to skip that because it looks like you would go into, it looks like you would go in there. Looks like there's a stitch there, but it's not. That one and that one become one stitch. So we're going to skip that bit right there and we're going to go into the next one. I like to do it this way because it's like this is the hardest part. And then once I get this done, I can just carry on. All right, so that's 2. I'm going to take my tails with me. Okay, and there's 3. And then 1 single crochet all the way around. Have 20 single crochets, and I will see you there. Last 2 stitches, 19 and 20. And then I'm going to skip that. Some people call it a false stitch. It's that slip stitch that we did. And then I'm going to go right into the first single crochet. And if you need to, you can count backwards until you get to 20. And then we're also going to do it again. We're going to slip stitch, chain 1, and we're going to cut our yarn. Now we have a nice clean center paw. Now we're going to add our color back. Again, get it in my hand. Sorry for all these nicks. You know, I'm a dog groomer, so I'm always going to have those. All right. So this is what we have. Nice, clean, white line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the bottom, and I'm just going to pick any stitches here on the side. I mean, you can go in any of these, but doing this next round, I don't want to be fiddling with what stitches. So we're just going to pick a spot, and I'm going to join my pink, pull it through and chain 1. And then I'm going to go right back in there, and I'm going to do a single crochet. And in the same chain, I'm going to do a half double crochet. And let's see, in the very next chain, I'm going to do a double crochet and a half double crochet in that 1 stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go in there, pull it up, yarn over, 1, 2, yarn over, 1, 2, double crochet, half double crochet, yarn over, go in there, pull it up, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through. Okay, and now in this next one, we're going to just slip stitch. So pull it through and then pull it through. And so that's part of your first paw. Then in the next stitch, we're going to repeat this. So it's going to be a single crochet, half double crochet, single, yarn over, half. Very next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet, half double crochet, yarn over, 1, 2, yarn over, 1, 2, and then a half double crochet in that same stitch. There. Immediately into the next stitch, a slip stitch. Okay, that's 2 paws, and we're just going to repeat that for 2 more times. So single half, next stitch, double half, double crochet, yarn over, half double crochet, slip stitch in the following stitch. And then this last one, single half, next stitch, double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet. Sounded weird for a second there. and then the following stitch, slip stitch. That's what we got going. I think it's cute. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and fasten off. It's a little bit more work fastening off, but I like the cleaner look. Now we're going to bring our white back in, and where we fastened off, we're going to go into the next stitch, and we're going to join our white. And I'm going to take that pink tail, and I'm going to take it with me. Get my tails to snug down a little bit. Okay, so we did our chain 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 single crochets in that stitch that we joined in. So here's 1 and 2. And the next stitch we're going to do 1 single crochet. Then we're going to do 2 single crochets here. 1 and 2. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet. Now here we are, this mess over here. So that was 1 single crochet. In this next stitch, which is the last stitch before we had slip stitched over here, we're going to do 2 single crochets. 1, 2. And then this next one, we're going to put 1 single crochet. It is where we slip stitched into. Be 1. That way it kind of brings this together so it's not a big gap. Then we have 2 stitches left. We're going to do 2 single crochets. And this one. And in the last one, 1 single crochet. Okay. And that gives us how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I've got 12. All right. Then what we're going to do down here, this first little V is where we joined in our pink when we did this part here. We're going to skip that. And this is the actual single crochet for our actual paw. And that's what we're going to go into. I'm just going to leave all that and leave it alone. So I'm going to go into that single crochet. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do 1 single crochet. Okay. And it just brings all that together. In the very next stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet. Okay. This next stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets in that one. So yarn over, go in there, 1, 2, yarn over, 1, 2. And let's put another one in there. Okay. Then in the next stitch, we're going to put 2 half double crochets. So we're going to do 1, yarn over, 2. And then in the middle here, which is where we slip stitched, we're going to put a slip stitch on top of that slip stitch. So get in there. Okay. And that is our top of our paw. Now let's repeat that. I'm going to do a single crochet, half double crochet, 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Next one is 2 half double crochets. 1 and 2. And then in that slip stitch, we're going to put a slip stitch. And that's what we're going to repeat. Let's do another one. So it's going to be a single crochet in the first one, half double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and then 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2, and then a slip stitch. So you go ahead and finish this last paw, and I will meet you at the end of that slip stitch. Okay, here I am at the slip stitch, but I'm gonna go right on top of that slip stitch and do a slip stitch. Then I've got this gap here. So on that first set of single crochets, I'm going to slip stitch into there. Okay, then I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to cut my yarn. You don't have to chain 2. I don't always do it. Sometimes I'm just automatic and I do it, and then sometimes I just do it once. But it really, you get your nail and you can like slide it down. It just like makes a super tight knot, so you really don't have to worry about it coming undone. But there it is. I really like it. This pink is really light for this background, but what do you guys think? I mean, I've seen them to where they're a lot bigger, so let's start bringing out those ones. Let me show you the other ones. Yeah. Here we go. These are all my fails. Or ones I just didn't like. See, I started with this one, and it is just like, just way too big. It's nice, but this was also one. No, I did fasten off, but it was just too big. And then I tried to make it smaller, but I don't know, you know, and I carry the yarn here, you can see. And then I don't know, I don't even know what happened here, but this just looks like, oh, I was trying to make a heart. Yeah, I was trying to make a heart, and that didn't work. This just looks like a big blob. I don't know. That doesn't look right. This one doesn't look terrible, but it was still too big. Still too big. And then I'm not sure what happened here. Oh, I only did 3 paws, so I totally messed that up. And then I must have just gave up and gave up on that one. And then I was trying to make you know, I've seen them to where they look like a paw pad, and I just gave up on it because I couldn't get my count right. So I was like, came back to where I just decided that I like the circle, and so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've got a crochet dog bandana coming up that I'm pretty happy about. And so, until next time, guys, thank you so much, and see you soon. Bye.